Oh, I love that. I'll give the short version. So, yes, I'm Isaac Harvey. I am born with a disability and I am a disability advocate. I've been asked this question a lot in the past 2 weeks. And each time I've said a different answer. um, I think people follow me because I'm sharing genuine stories. I don't really fake my stories. I just say it how it is. Of course, being restricted by how many characters I can use on LinkedIn. Otherwise, you would hear the nitty gritty of everything. Um, but yeah, I think just being a storyteller and people can relate to stories. I think, you know, reading some stories, you can really relate to someone, even if you're like disabled or not. I can learn a lot from people, but I think the importance of inclusion and how that can really benefit their businesses, because once you're inclusive to one, you're creating a space for all. I was invited by Transport for All, which is an organization in London who are making transport more accessible for people. And they were celebrating them making sure that TfL made the Elizabeth line fully accessible. And the space that we used was One Canary Wharf, which is like a huge building. And before the meeting had started and the celebrations of them campaigning to make that change, one of the head people in that office, from that building was like, yeah, we need to have honest feedback from you all to make it better so we can make it more accessible. I thought it was a really good initiative for her to come up and just be honest, saying, look, we haven't got it right. We haven't got it perfect. And we already know some of the barriers which don't make it accessible, but we want to hear honest and real feedback from you all so we can get better. An opportunity to have different perspectives brought to your business, and it allows you to think differently. I mean, if you only employ the same person or, the same religion or the same gender, disability, there's no room for growth and there's no room for really understanding the wider community and the wider people out there, because in the world, there's so many different people. To me, it's a very important day to recognize people with disabilities. But as I've been vocalizing quite recently, is yeah, these days are important. It brings awareness, but what happens after these days, and how can we continue celebrating, people with disabilities, people of different races, people of different faiths? We've got to do it more than just a day. I do believe there will be a day where it's fully inclusive. Yeah, who knows if we will ever see it, but I do think it's gonna happen.